With the future of the human race at stake, a group of young men and women embark on an expedition to colonize a distant planet. But when they uncover disturbing secrets about the mission, they defy their training and begin to explore their most primal natures. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back into another video, and today is another movie review, another early movie review. I'm very fortunate and thankful to Lionsgate for letting me check out this film early. It actually comes out this weekend when you guys are checking it out, and I'm actually very excited to talk about it today because I actually kind of really enjoyed it. So today we're talking about the newest film from Lionsgate, Voyagers. This one's very interesting because seeing, the trailer, seeing kind of the premise, I was actually intrigued and actually very interested in seeing where this film was going to go. And I'm actually surprised because it took different routes that I wasn't sure it was going to take. And that was very surprising. So I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. I will just throw a spoiler warning just in case I say something that is a little bit spoilery, but I'm going to do my best to keep it as spoiler-free as possible. But just in case, quick spoiler warning, just in case I say something that might be a bit of a spoiler, but I'm just going to kind of get into it. So the first main thing that I actually enjoy is the performances. I think this is a nice little film with some nice performances. You've got Lily Rose Depp and Ty Sheridan are the ones that really run this ship, figuratively and for real. They're both fantastic, and they are the people that we the audience are living through. We are seeing their experiences through their eyes. We're seeing these different things unfold, and they were really good. You've also got Colin Farrell in here, who I think is actually really intriguing throughout the film, and I think overall it just is a nice cast giving some really good performances. And the next thing I want to cover is the writing. So I'm usually a stickler for writing, and I can kind of pull apart films due to their writing, but this one was interesting because I've never seen anything like this before. It's a very unique premise. The premise of trying to go find a new planet and all of that, that's not unique at all. People do that all the time, but the way that they twist it and the way that they spin it on its head is very unique. Now, I don't want to get into too many spoilers because I want you guys to go check this out and be surprised on your own. But there are some surprising things that happen in this film that I actually was kind of thrown for a loop, and that was really awesome because there were points where the film started to get a little bit bland, I'm not gonna lie, but then they hit you with a curveball and it gets you back into it, and I really liked that about this film. The thing that really stood out to me with this writing is the themes, and I'm going to try to convey the themes as much as I can without spoiling the film. I think the trailer conveys it a little bit, and a lot of it is the themes of human nature, our instincts, who we are as people, and what our purpose is to be here. Those are kind of the themes that are thrown around here, and the way that they do it is very unique. It's very interesting, and I really like it in this backdrop of space, being on a ship in isolation. Seeing these themes conveyed was really well done, and I gotta give credit to the writers of this film. I believe the writer also directed. It really was good. It was very metaphorical. There was a lot of different themes that were thrown around, and it was done very well. And again, it was done well with this backdrop, with this setting, and I really liked that. If it was done on Earth, I may not have believed it, but it being in this very secluded setting in the middle of nowhere with only your thoughts and the people around you that you see every day, it can unfold, and it did, and it was very interesting. I loved trying to kind of weave the web of this mystery because it is kind of like mystery type, thriller type film, which I didn't expect it to be, but I actually really ended up liking. That's the route that it ended up taking, and it just worked very well. It worked very well. It complemented the performances really nicely, and the direction on top of that is something that is really good. And that is the next thing, is that the direction was really well done. And like I said, the writer also directed, I want to get his name just so that I can shout him out, because It really is fantastic. Neil Berger, that's quite the name, but he both wrote and directed this film and did a really good job. I don't know what he has directed before this. Oh, he's done Divergent, Limitless. Oh, he directed The Upside. Okay, that's actually very interesting. I really liked The Upside. So he's got a relatively solid resume, and he brings it here once again. It's very hard to do a film in such a confined space. And to be having these types of themes and having this type of plot and things happen throughout the story. It's kind of hard to do in a small setting, and I think they accomplished it really well. So big shout out to Neil Berger. I think he did fantastic. And overall, this is just a really nice film. I like I said, I think the writing is the standout here. The themes of this film dive really deep, and they hit kind of close to home for a lot of people. And that was something that I think was done and executed really, really well. And that was something I wasn't expecting. I went into this film with, I don't even know what expectations. I kind of went into it with not really any expectations. I said, okay, we'll see how this is. I was intrigued and interested, but I didn't have the highest expectations because I just didn't know what I was getting in for. But when I watched it, I left pleasantly surprised and ended up feeling really good at the end because I like the way that it ends and it ties up, and it just is very interesting. And you think that you're gonna go one way, and then they throw you a curveball and go the complete opposite direction, and it's not convoluted, it's not messy, it works. And that is a great thing that they do in this film. They keep you intrigued, they keep you locked in throughout. The writing is solid. I really liked it, and it was really, really good. So, but with the good comes the bad. I'm not going to say that this is a perfect film because it is not. Well, actually, first thing I want to shout out is the score. The score is really, really good. I was locked in with that score. I mean, when you watch the film, just listen for the score because whoever ended up doing the composition for it, job well done. It left me feeling a certain type of way at the end, especially the end. The score at the end really hit, and it was really nice. So that was the last good I really wanted to throw in there was the score. It really was good. But like I said, with the good comes the bad. Film's not perfect. This film is not perfect, but it's not bad. So it does fall for a few tropes. The writing, I think, is very solid overall. Not perfect by any means. It does fall into a few tropes when we go into those themes, but I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to give too much detail about that. And it is a little long. The runtime isn't that long. It's just under an hour. It's about an hour and 46 minutes. But like I said, a good and a bad, a blessing and a curse of this script is when it started to drag and get a little boring, they hit you with a curveball and got you back into it, but it did get to that point. It got to the point where I was like, okay, it's getting a little boring, getting a little repetitive, let's move on. And then it hits you with that curveball. So it's good enough that I'm not going to drop it so many points because it hits you with the curveball, it keeps you intrigued. I was intrigued all the way throughout. So just a few things I wanted to get there because I do not think this film is perfect by any means, but I think it is a really good outing from everyone involved. So that's what I'll say about that. But I think besides that, let's just hop into the point breakdown. So entertainment, I gave it 20 out of 25. I enjoyed the time. I really did. Like I said, there were some times where I got a little bored and I thought, okay, let's get moving. But then, that script got you back into it. So I really liked that. I gave it 18 out of 20 for performances, solid all the way around. 9 out of 10 for direction. I think the direction is pretty well done. 8 out of 10 for writing. Like I said, I will dock it a few points, but not too many. Emotion, 9 out of 10. Cinematography, 9 out of 10. Pacing, 4 out of 5. Rewatchability, 5 out of 5, and an automatic 5 out of 5 points. If you did the math, that means I gave Voyagers an 87 out of 100. I recommend it. I would recommend you guys go check this one out because, like I said, once again, it hits a lot of really deep themes about humanity, our inner thoughts, and our instincts in a backdrop in a way that I found very unique. So I would recommend you all go check this out when you have a chance. It comes out this week from Lionsgate. Again, thank you to Lionsgate for letting me check it out early. I really do appreciate it. And that's pretty much it, guys. Go check out all the websites I write for. I write for The Wolf of Geek Street, which I will have a written review up on The Wolf of Geek Street for this film today when you're watching this. Music City Drive-In I'm writing for as well, and my own personal blog, FinaticFilmReview.com. Go over to Twitter and Letterboxd for immediate 2021 movie reviews. This movie review will go up the same time everywhere because of the embargo. But if it was a film that I saw that didn't have an embargo, it would go up first on Twitter and Letterboxd. And last but not least, if you like the content, please consider dropping a subscription. It is free, it doesn't cost anything, and it really does mean the world. And it helps me on this journey to become a better, more recognized, and just better film critic. You guys got to understand, when you subscribe, that gives me analytics that I can go to the studios and say, hey, look, I want to review these movies for my audience, and I can get more of these early screeners. That matters. It really does. So if you guys want me to continue to review these movies early for you guys, and you happen to enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe down below. But guys, that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next video.